Here you go, boys. Say, you both look like you got a Furphy or two to tell.
G'day everybody and welcome to Crackin Furphys, the podcast where we crack Furphys over some cold ones. I'm your host Drew Agnew, and joining me along the bar are my good mates Mo Sislak, Lenny Leonard, and Produce the Goose. Look, boys, I'm gonna go off your bloody screen names if we keep this bloody ruckus up. I appreciate it. No one knows who we got, but we got the same old crowd. We got Tom, Dan, and Ash here with us again. Boys, how we going? We'll start with Tom, who is Mo Sislak. What are we drinking and how's your week been?
I'm on the cheeky Suntory 196s.
Very nice.
Bit of double lemon goodness for this summer afternoon.
Would you compare that to like a UDL, or I haven't actually had one myself? I think Bryce actually likes them, but
I rate them. I think they're the manly double black. I'll put it like that. It's not really manly, but I'd rather go for these than reach for a double black.
Men love lemon, so it's only
mate.
natural. Yeah,
citrusy goodness.
Absolutely. And those are
bitter personalities.
My sour attitude on life.
And we got Dan. He usually brings something pretty tasty to the bar. What have we got here?
We've got a kaiju crush here today. The last from that 6-pack. So crack into that.
Gojira.
Is that a typical go-to for you, Dan? Oh, he's got the nice fancy flute glass as well for it.
Got the tulip. Don't know if I would call it a go-to, but it's a proven drop. Proven beverage, and that is a horrible pour. And I'm not going to show that to the camera.
Don't you work in hospo, mate?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
This is true.
How's the week at the new job been? How's that been going for you?
2 weeks in, I think I'm settling in well, getting the hang of it. I've actually started picking up jobs here and there, getting responsibilities, which is a nice change of pace from sitting there watching the chase. And so I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it so far.
So hopefully any managers or that aren't watching this podcast or listening to it, Dan, but what are some of your favorite things from the week, and what are some things you're like, oh fuck, do I have to do this at work? I can't bother doing this. What are some of those?
I think it's still probably a bit too early to say, really, but honestly, just having a little bit of work-life balance is nice after coming in from 10 to 10 shifts.
Yes.
Happy with a standard 9 to 5. I'm good actually working in the city. I'm spending far too much on food every day, but
And Ash, how about you? You still in Perth at your sister's place?
I am still in Perth at my sister's place, and I am about to crack the only thing that was in the fridge. I don't even know whose it is. It's probably my sister's husband's. I've just stolen it. I'm on a Johnny Walker can.
Ooh.
Didn't realise you lost some of your teeth
again.
So if this podcast goes for long enough, I might try to fight some of you.
You dare to pick my Furphy? Come on,
actually, no. That's Bundy, isn't it?
That's
Not
Bundy
Johnny
where you
Walker,
fight
yeah.
people.
Yeah. Was it
Johnny
4 fights in every bottle?
That's my dad's go-to is the Johnny Walker pre-mixes at least. He usually, likes mixing his own, but if he's out and he just needs a can or whatever, that's his go-to.
I think Johnny's the one where you drink it through the gaps in your teeth, isn't it?
Yeah, the Collingwood special. No, I don't mind Johnny. Johnny's all right. I'm not the biggest Scotch fan in general, but it's fine for like a very standard one that you can get anywhere. It's pretty good. No, my week's been very good as well. I've been catching up with loads of people. I've been doing I've just been saying yes to everything. Today I went to a 4-wheel drive show, and I really don't give a shit about 4-wheel drives. But that was still pretty fun. I had a good time there.
So are you driving a new 4-wheel drive back from Perth?
Yeah, did you buy one?
Yep. I bought a Yep. Bought a Hummer.
Oh, nice. I reckon you should pick up a big Ram. We'll
the Dodge Ram, or the Ford F350 or something.
No, just a really heavy sheep. That's all he wanted.
Yeah. Well,
I've already got 5 of those.
You'll be surprised. Like my uncle actually, he broke his ankle about a month or so ago, and it was because they were getting in some sheep for me to shear at their place, and the ram just ran him down, and he fell over and broke his ankle.
Oh.
So they rang up the Ambo, being like, "Hey, someone's been attacked by a ram." And they came out. They expect him to be hit by a fucking truck. That's what they were expecting. Like, oh, it's just a fucking broken leg. Thank God, it's not like some smashed up bloke.
Is that like normal for them to get called up? Somebody's been like, he's been attacked by a ram, and they get there, and it's like, that's what people would say when they're hit by a car. So if somebody's like, hit by an Everest, do they say like,
wow,
he's been struck by a mountain in Nepal?
Damn those Burmese.
Especially down here, like, we've got sheep everywhere, but how many ram trucks do we see? Not many.
Not many.
If any. I don't know if I've seen any,
Oh, scribe over here. Not many, if any.
Yeah, so I've been working on that one for ages. I wanted this conversation to go just there so I could nail it. So I could absolutely nail it.
So this time we're going to get copyright infringement from his record company instead of the PSL?
Hopefully.
Why not both?
Porque no les dos.
I'll be honest, boys, I don't check Facebook often or at all, but I don't know if we got copyright struck again. So
probably
we got the claim sorted out for the first time it happened, but straight away after that we got copyright struck again. So that kind of just had us on the even footing there. But episodes since, I'm not too sure. I don't think we have. So there is that. There is that, boys.
It's because of that tongue lashing I gave him over Twitter. They've backed off.
They're like, all right, bloody Tom.
Oi! This boy means business.
Tongue lashing definitely sounds like a euphemism.
Tongue lashing just sounds like they're just like made out, doesn't it? Like,
yes. Bit of a tongue wrestle,
All those cricket boys would have loved the tongue lashing from Tom. The whole team, Tom. Jesus Christ.
What can I say?
Yeah, that's what he got in their good books. You just gave them all a good old tongue wrestle.
Why not? He could have just done the coach, but no, he done the whole team.
He chose to do the whole team.
My motto is, why stop there?
That's a good motto. Why stop there? Yeah. Yeah, so like you buy something nice, why stop there? Just keep spending and spending. Or
if I'm not bankrupt, I'm not buying hard enough.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a great motto to have when you have children.
I mean, exactly.
Oh God, yeah, that's how you end up with multiple kids. That reminds me, like, there's
why stop there?
It usually starts with a tongue wrestle as well.
There's a farmer around here. He's got about 6 kids, and we went there crutching the other day, and he's got literally a whole playground out the back of his yard. It looks like he just stole it from town. Because there have been a few playgrounds around town that have been taken away. So I assume
by that guy.
Yeah. yeah. I assume he bought them or whatever. But I'd like to imagine he just went there at night with an angle grinder, just cut off the slippery bit.
You just drive past the domain playground and there's just exposed wiring sticking out and nothing else.
There's just metal pipes coming out of the ground that far, and they're just cut off at angles.
Yeah. Wicked playground. Just play chase time. Yeah. But if you trip over and you impale yourself on the pole, I don't know how insurance works out for that or whatever, but we'll figure it out when the time comes.
And another update: the playground thief struck again.
Yeah. Oh, I want that type of announcer to come back because it's so boring at the moment.
It's iconic.
It
really is like that AM radio sound and very. What is that? Like the Boston,
the newsy boys, extra, read all about it. What do you hear? What do you say?
With the Boston accent.
We do a podcast, so I guess it's up to us if we really want it to come back. I could do the intro, be like, "Welcome back to Crackin' Furphys, the podcast where you crack Furphys and listen to some bullshit."
Number 1, the playground thief has struck again.
We need an episode where that's all we speak like, just full dedication.
I'm just gonna say
no,
we don't.
No one needs to hear me try and do an accent for 1 minute, let alone 1 hour.
Yeah, exactly. Especially one that's not even a very I don't think many people want to hear that accent normally, let alone people trying to imitate it.
No.
This is true.
Maybe there's a reason it's disappeared from the news, and it's just hey, welcome back to the news. Today, some woman did a backflip on Dan's head. And stood there for 5 hours before he noticed.
Oh,
True.
God.
It
Dan's got
actually
some
happened.
strong neck muscles.
So I got my neck sore, looks up, just this woman just...
Oh, well, that explains that.
Yeah, very good balance. I assume she's a cheerleader. Very good balance.
Very. She's an Olympic gymnast. She told me after she did her flip.
Yeah.
Anyway, how have you
Arm
been?
wrestle.
How have you been, Drewby?
I've been good, thanks, man. Just been working. Busy time of year. It's been a bit unfortunate because I wanted to just play some games and stuff, but when I get home, I'm just tired and I end up going to bed. And I'm usually thinking to myself, well, that's what the weekend's for. But you know what? You know what I've done this weekend? I've just been researching fucking standing desks. I'm really excited to I've got a big desk I'm sitting at now, but I don't use it all. There's some wasted space over there where the PlayStation 4 sits, which I know. I don't use it. I've got the VR set up and stuff. I don't need it. So I want a smaller desk, a standing desk. I'm going to put wheels on it so I can wheel it around to take it out of this room.
Clip it to your waist, carry it, take it around like that.
Yeah,
You got,
that's a cool idea.
Be like a tool belt, a utility tool belt for your PC.
You just walk into Woolies carrying a standing desk around your waist.
Yeah. So I've just been researching monitors and mounts and all this type of stuff to just make my sort of desk just really nice and clean and stuff like that. I get obsessed with certain things, whether it's a new gadget that comes out. I'm just looking at reviews all the time. And for this weekend, it just happens to be standing desks and monitor mounts and all that type of thing. It's getting to the point now where I'm like, all right, do I want to spend that money? Because standing desks, they're not so cheap. But the idea that I can stand and be productive doing the podcast, and I can just sit down, do whatever there, and it can also go down to 60 centimeters, so I can put it all the way on the ground, put a beanbag, and play my games like that. I'm like, fuck,
that is cool.
This is pretty versatile. I can roll it into the room, put it at the end of the bed. I'm like,
But your wife would love that.
maybe she would. She might. That's the thing. She'd be like, "Hey, Drew, can you bring your fucking whole PC set up? I want to watch Netflix." I'm like, "Oh no!" Quickly take the wheels off. But yeah, that's what I've been doing this weekend anyway. Not much. I've just been resting my body and looking at standing desks. And the truth is, if I had a standing desk right now, I'm like, "Fuck that, I'm sitting." So I don't know where all this is going.
I mean, a couple of my colleagues have standing desks, and they always end up sitting down after about half hour. I've noticed in my 2 weeks.
Oh. So, Dan, do you have access to a standing desk, or are you a peasant sitter?
I'm a peasant sitter. I don't think I would want a standing desk. So,
yeah, because when I'm looking at all these reviews and that, it's it's great because I'm in front of the computer for 8 hours a day, working, and I'm like, I don't work in front of a computer. I just want to stand.
I mean, there's nothing stopping you from standing right now.
Yeah, well, it will because this camera will be just aimed at my groin.
just torso. Oh, groin height.
Look, it's just
Groin
right there.
cam.
I'm not going to
Money shot.
Yep, the money shot. So
Another visual gag on an audio podcast.
yeah.
We're good at that. We are very good at that.
Yeah, for audio listeners, just imagine my torso and my nuts. No,
No stomach.
the prime cuts. You go to a butcher for that kind of thing.
yeah, no off cuts on me, mate. That's all.
No,
No, not really.
it's all big business.
Yes. So anyway, guys, I'm drinking a Crackin. I've got a 4-pack. This is my third one in the pack. Go through one every week apparently on this show. It lasts me a while.
I love how it's just been so long since any of us have had Furphys now.
Yeah.
I mean, no, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago I had a Furphy.
Well, truth be told, I'm going through a lot of my stuff from my wedding because I don't drink.
That was
I don't
a while ago.
if I drink, I usually go to the pub, but at home I don't drink so much. So I've got my mum the other day is like, hey, there's all this stuff in the cool room. There's there's a box of Carlton Dry. I'm like, all right. So I have one a week or something, slowly getting through it. Yeah.
Ticking away.
That stuff is very close to out of date, I would say. Again,
No, should be in. I'll make you drink it when you come over.
I will.
Just quickly want to point out that Tom's other half has just said hello in the chat. Hello, Megan.
Hello,
Megan.
Megan.
How you going? Hope you're having a bloody good day, and Tom isn't annoying you in the house if you're in the house. She in the house, Tom?
Yeah, it's fine. We're segregated.
He
She's
hasn't
allowed
been
to-
kicked out yet.
Exactly.
Not yet, anyway. Give it time.
Yeah. Give it till the end of this podcast.
So yeah, now that she's come online, you've got to really
On your
Stop
best
saying all
Yeah,
those
behavior.
clean up your
things.
act a little
Yeah,
bit.
you do. You do.
Someone
I
talking
can
about
try.
tongue wrestles with the PSL.
It's nothing she hasn't heard before.
Yeah.
But she was there, was she?
You're giving me advice.
She's like more tongue.
You've got to establish dominance here.
It's like, if you're going to do it properly. Put your back into it or your tongue.
If Megan's anything like my partner, she's very well aware of the amount of shit I can spurt.
Oh, for sure.
Mm.
Well, I mean, she lived with me and Ash for a portion, so things got very weird there for a while.
If our mouths were moving, we were talking shit.
This is very true. We were almost going to put on Centrelink forms. We didn't lie because we're responsible people. We were going to put down that me and Ash were in a same-sex relationship so she could keep her payments. And about 2 or 3 weeks in, she was like, you know what? I think I probably could have done that and invited them over and it would have proved itself.
Yeah. Well, could you
Yeah,
imagine
I wish I could say that's a joke, but that is actually something that happens.
Accurate.
I can imagine the Centrelink workers just like, all right, boys, like, you're pretty friendly, but we just got to prove it. It's time to kiss.
It's time to tongue wrestle, boys.
Where do you think it all started? What can I say?
He's not wrong.
All right.
This Johnny Walker's going down much easier than I thought it would.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad.
These are dangerously smooth. They're just
Oh man,
just
you can
lemonade.
drink them so quick.
Now that is an advertising tagline.
Hmm.
Suntory 196.
So
Dangerously
smooth. I don't know where to stop.
Why stop it there?
Why stop at 1 when you can have 196?
I feel
Drink
like
responsibly.
yeah, that's it's irresponsible, but it's funny.
The marketing team's like, how many bloody 6-packs could we sell? If
Write
like
that
every
down,
time
write that
someone
down.
come in, they just bought like 100 and so cans. That'll be fantastic.
That's it. We won't have to close the Suntory factory today, little Jimmy. Someone bought 196 6-packs.
That's a fucking lot.
That's a number.
All right, boys. Let's try and crack some Furphys out here. Who wants to go up first? Have I ever gone first? I might have. Should I go first?
I think you should. I think you're going first today.
I think
I
that was a
reckon-
self-nomination. We'll take that.
I reckon the very first episode I was on here, I think it was Drew, then Ash, then me, because I had to kind of slowly figure out how everything worked.
Yeah, right. Okay. I haven't done it for a long time because I'm always very scared.
No, we're gonna get you, Drew. Gonna pick that Furf.
All right. So, boys, my stories are... story number 1, Facebook's new meta name is already taken, and the company wants $20 million for it. Story number 2, Apple AirTags help woman find stolen car. And story number 3, rare pink dolphins saved by a high-tech fisherman in the Amazon.
I think I've heard one of these stories. But
You've always heard it. Is Ash going to do the thing? I know like 3 of these are true, so I don't know what Furphy is.
I know that 4 of the 3 stories you just told us are true. No, actually, I don't know any of these.
Ooh, it's
What about you?
we're catching up on him. I'm worried because that last headline you read out, there were so many red flags in that. I'm like, I've never seen a purple
Yeah.
dolphin.
Pink
Why
flags.
are the
Pink
dolphins
dolphin.
swimming in? Well, yeah, sorry, pink. Why are they swimming in the Amazon? It's just
and any story Drew does with dolphins as well has red flags raised for me.
high tech fisherman. Is he like half man, half machine? Like what's?
He's a RoboCop, but he's a fisherman.
I will find all the pink dolphins. All right. let's get some more context of what we got here. So, story number 1, Facebook's meta name has already been taken. You'd think that a global behemoth like Facebook would do their research and get their office in order before announcing to the world that they are changing their company name to Meta. However, if you did think that, it would appear you thought wrong. A small company that focuses on selling computers, software, tablets, and other technology applied for the trademark name Meta PC recently, although they claim to have been operating under said name for over a year. And they are most definitely in David for this David versus Goliath scenario. They aren't prepared to back down without a fight. In hindsight, this isn't particularly surprising. There was already a company doing business under this. Let's face it, a deliberately faceless and general name. What is far more believable is that Facebook didn't sort it out before making their announcement last week. Luckily, the founders of Meta PC are prepared to play nice with Facebook/Meta, but Zuckerberg will have to open his big boy wallet if he wants to pay the smaller Arizona, USA-based company to step aside. The team at Meta PC are calling for at least $20 million to part ways with their brand name, although it should be noted that their trademark for the name is still pending. It's entirely possible that Facebook, despite only announced their rebrand a week ago, applied for a trademark before Meta PC. Even if that's the case, there are signs that the two companies may be able to come to some sort of mutual beneficial agreement. Meta PC's founder, Joe Danger, not Joe Danger, it's a fucking video game, Joe Danger and Zach Shutt, a rather novel situation in mind. They are willing to trade the Meta trademark for the Facebook one. So, yeah, that's that story. You can imagine where, like, yeah, tell you what, you take Facebook, we'll take Meta, and then there's just a little company called Facebook who makes gaming PCs. Anything on that one before I move on, boys? What do you think?
If they were the David in the David and Goliath situation, yeah, David's probably going to get beaten down by like a mountain of money. They're just going to drop all their money on them and crush them.
Yeah, they'll like
then pick it up and clean it off again.
That's the thing. Like, you literally ask for that much money, and then like, yeah, tell you what, here it is. But they do the. I forgot what it was from. Was it a movie or like a document? I can't remember. But they literally paid them in like 5-cent pieces or pennies.
yeah.
Or
Oh, no, I think that actually happened. That was
Yeah,
what happened.
That
It was
actually happened.
I can't remember what that
They
was.
paid like a parking fine or something.
no,
like-
that was like two big companies.
Oh,
They-
Samsung.
Yes,
was it
that's what it was.
Samsung or Apple or something for the.
I think it might have been Samsung and Apple. They were sued for using their architecture was too similar on one of the newer. This was years ago now, but at the time
Yeah.
it was the new device, and they won the thing. I think it was Samsung and Apple. That sounds very familiar. And they paid it all. I think they paid it in like dollar coins.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Samsung was involved.
If someone
Can
was
we
to-
use Samsung's proper name, please? Samuel Sung.
Samuelson. All right,
Reports that Samsung paid a $1 billion fine in coins is a complete internet hoax. That's
Okay.
disappointing.
Oh, fucking
That
Furphy.
is
we
a
got
shame.
stitched up, eh? Bloody hell.
We
If the internet's just gotten us with a Furphy. We
Yeah.
should be ashamed.
fucking pulled the rug under us, that one, boys.
Anyway, a situation like that where like $20 million just gets paid in like just a massive amount of metal just gets dropped on someone's house. Like, there you go. Boof. Just crushes
Just a
it.
giant
Apparently-
gold ingot.
The Guardian did a complete analysis of how it was not possible for them to pay the fine in 5-cent coins.
It's probably illegal. It's just like, oi, boys, that's fucking ridiculous. Just give us a check, mate.
Oi, let's pay him in Australian money. That'll fuck him over.
Make it worthless.
Pay him in the commemorative Steve Irwin coins.
Pay him in Kingston bickies.
All right. Story number 2. Apple AirTags help find woman's stolen car. Earlier this year, Apple released their tracking devices called AirTag, used to track everyday items like your keys, wallet, handbags, and other items with the Find My app. This doesn't usually include a stolen car, but in this case, it was a lifesaver. 24-year-old Olivia Mueller had her car stolen after she left the keys in the car's ignition while driving through Marfa, Texas, when she stopped to fill up with gas. When coming back to the car, she noticed it was gone. It was bad on me to leave them in there, Olivia told local paper The Big Bend Sentinel. Hardly no one was around, and I was quick in and out. Luckily, Olivia had an AirTag attached to her keys, and she used her phone to locate the car parked in a garage 2 miles away on the other side of town. She was able to inform local police its exact GPS location, and the vehicle was back in her possession within the afternoon. Quote, fortunately, I was able to inform police quickly and get my car back. Any longer, it could have been much different, Olivia stated. Tracking devices like tiles, Samsung smart trackers and AirTags can be extremely useful, but they have recently come under fire as they can be potentially used to track people without their consent. Tech companies are rolling out software updates to notify users if they've been tracked, but more work needs to be done. Do you use smart trackers? Let us. Yep. So yeah, there's that story. What do we think of that one?
Very plausible, I'm thinking, with that one.
Plausible and somewhat sneaky. Like, I know you said, was it last week that you're a big Apple fan? So I'm not sure if this is another one of those like cheeky things that have just led us down the path.
Could be, Tom.
Could very, and like if it is, it was a very nice. Oh, let us know how you feel without being tracked. I'm very sneaky here.
How do you feel about being tracked? Do you fucking love it, or do you just,
I fucking love it,
mate?
Our phones already do the tracking for them, so
yeah. No, the vaccines are tracking us all with the 5G with the government anyway. So who cares?
Yeah, and they come with magnetism as well. So
I don't give a shit, mate. I work out in the bush. The reception's great.
You're watching like 4K YouTube. You're like, fucking hell. I'm glad I got the vaccine. I'm going to get a double up. Just
a walking reception tower now.
Yeah,
Tom, come over here. I'm trying to watch something.
Go get a different vaccine. You can hit 10G.
Hey.
10G. Wow. And story.
We're in the future, boys.
Story number 3: rare pink dolphins saved by high-tech fishermen in the Amazon. The story reads, fishermen who once angled for rare pink river dolphins are now working with researchers in Bolivia's Amazon jungle to ensure the species' survival. In a high-tech bid to better understand the dolphins, scientists with global environmental group WWF and Bolivian NGO tagged 4 of the freshwater dolphins in the Amazon River. Using the satellite technology, fishermen are now able to track dolphins using a smartphone app and report their locations. Despite the iconic status of the river dolphins, there is little known about their population and habitats. Data from the tracking program will help provide vital information about what the dolphin eat and how far they migrate and the threats they face in the Amazon. It also gives fishermen a new perspective on the species that have no longer been their prey, says Linda, head of Bolivia's WWF. Quote, everything that affects dolphins affects humans and those resources. And in habitats that's surrounding marine ecosystems, if dolphins are doing well, people are doing well, she adds. So that's all of that one. That's my stories, boys. What do we think?
I want to know why the World Wrestling Federation is getting involved with dolphins.
They're trying to replace the Undertaker. They need like a new draw card.
The WWF is actually also a conservation. They're the one with the panda on the logo.
It's the worldwide.
First things first.
Nature.
This is actually the wrestling group, though. So
it's just fuck. I nearly said T-Pain. He's not a wrestler.
Booker T.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Australian cricket captain Tim Payne, the world #1 wrestler.
And
Steve Smith's just out there attacking them all with sandpaper.
The app that you can get on your phone is actually Find My Dolphone.
Fuck, that's all right.
Oh my god!
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Take a number, Ash.
Fucking hell.
I'm not entirely sure parts of the Amazon River are actually in Bolivia. Because I think most of the river is through Brazil, and then is more north than Bolivia is.
The Amazon's pretty long, hey.
Yeah, no, it's just fucking long, boy.
Very long. Because I mean,
It's amazing how long it is. Amazon, how long it is.
Someone stop this man.
It only gets worse.
But I also kind of feel like Drew might be double or triple bluffing us here.
Triple bluffing.
Look at this sneaky man.
Jokes on us. They're all Furphys this week, mate.
So,
I'm
Wacko Jacko said that dolphins don't exist in the Amazon, but I've seen a documentary, it was an Attenborough one, of pink dolphins in the Amazon. So they definitely do.
Well, Ash, do you trust Wacko Jacko or do you trust David Attenborough?
Well, Wacko Jacko is the authority on pink Amazon dolphins that don't exist. So,
and Davey Attenborough is in his 90s, so that's pretty simple.
Could be senile. No, they definitely exist because I've seen the documentary on them and I know that they are rare. So that all checks out. I'm gonna stab number one. I'm just gonna stab at number one.
I'm also gonna stab at number one. I feel like Drew's trying to throw up too many red flags with that last story.
I'm going with the Apple product, the Apple tags,
Number
just
two.
because trying to track and see if he's just throwing us another techie Apple gadget story, slightly askew.
Wacko Jacko is going to have the last laugh if number 3 was in fact the Furphy.
He will.
Wacko Jacko won't be laughing at all. It was story number 2. Well done.
Oh!
Yes.
I like it.
So yeah, like the last bit is sort of true that like Apple sort of made a big deal that like their trackers won't be able to track people because it will sort of notify you on your phone that you are being tracked by an AirTag. But a lot of people obviously are able to work around with a lot of these devices, whether it is Samsung's or the Tile. I think the company's just called Tile, which do like similar little tracking devices.
Great for bathrooms.
It is funny because I actually didn't read all of the pink dolphin story, and that's a tracking story as well. I'm like, oh fuck. when I was reading it, like I didn't.
And we all know Facebook likes to track wherever you go. So
yes,
pick the theme this week.
That's the tracking theme. But yeah, I think Facebook's. It is funny how it's like, oh fuck, there's already a company named Meta. Like just doing like podcasts. I have a search on Apple Podcasts. I have a search on Google. Surely they just went like a quick little search on whatever they had. Like they're like massive, like a mega computer. Like, hey, is anyone using Meta? Just type it in. Oh, look, this little company is. Maybe we'll pay them and we'll just get it. But no, they go ahead with this, and they, for whatever reason, if they can't get the name, like those people are going to make so much money. Being like, all right, they're going to get that name, but I hope they get paid handsomely for it. Just.
If they did their research, like you were saying, and offered to buy it off them beforehand, they wouldn't have known how important it was to them.
Yeah.
Like they could have got it for very minimal compared to what they're asking.
Yeah, because they're asking for $20 million. Like $20 million is nothing.
Yeah,
nothing to Facebook.
$20 million. That is just absolutely nothing. That's $5.
It's everything to everyone else. I'd be like, I could get $1 million and that would change my life, especially $1 million American dollars. But to Facebook, like
it's a drop in the ocean.
Yeah, it is literally chump change. But they'll probably fight it anyway, just because if they don't, it sets a precedent for like if this happens again in the future, everybody can take them for it.
Absolutely, yeah. So be interesting to see where that story goes. But now it is like they what was his name? I think let me go down here. Oh,
Max Power.
It's just on it's just on the Meta PC's Twitter account, and that's how
the name was actually MetaDocs.
Yeah, MetaDocs, one of our good friends in our Discord. But they put out a tweet just saying an announcement from. Hang on, it's loading here. An announcement from a new name from our founder Zach Shutt. He's just like, we're glad to announce our new name, Facebook. It's just a 9-second video. It's like, yeah, just taking the piss out of it because you'd imagine it would be very funny to them. Anyone that works there would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys, who wants to go next?
I
Tom
Let's
is
go, Tom.
volunteering.
Let's go, Mo.
yes. Yeah. All right. The headlines I have organized for us this week are Mexico's Day of the Dead celebrations reunite long lost siblings. Melbourne Cup winning owner Bray Skolowski fined for COVID-19 protocol breach at Flemington Racecourse. And Lamborghinis form procession to encourage men to grow mustaches for Movember.
Well, a lot of alliteration in that last headline. I like it.
I try and alliterate as much as I can after I've been drinking.
Okay, I'm going to just say I have no idea. I don't know. Again, don't know that any of these are true, so that's good. So I would
Spicy.
like some more information.
Yeah? Okay. Let's start with story number one. The Day of the Dead celebrations in Mexico are held on November 1st and 2nd every year, and this year was no exception. The festival is held to honor, pay respects, and commemorate family members who have passed and this year it gave estranged siblings Miguel Hernandez and Francisco Rojas another reason to rejoice. Miguel Hernandez, aged 26, has been tracking his biological family history on the popular online service Ancestry.com when he had discovered that his birth parents hailed from Todos Santos, located on the Pacific coast of Mexico. Miguel then traveled to the township for the Day of the Dead celebrations to meet up with his birth parents, Maria and Alejandro, to discuss the family heritage and introduce him to his brother Francisco. That's all I got written for that one.
It's a very wholesome story.
Yeah. It's surprising to me that like something as weird as that could happen. Melbourne Cup winning owner. An owner of Melbourne Cup winner, Very Elegant, has been fined $10,000 for breaching Flemington Racecourse COVID-19 protocols. After jumping a fence while celebrating Tuesday's victory, prominent Melbourne businessman Bray Skolowski hopped the mounting yard fence to meet Very Elegant and jockey James McDonald after their comfortable win in the $8 million race. Under Racing Victoria and Victoria Racing Club COVID-19 protocols, the area is strictly reserved for jockeys, trainers, media, and other race day officials. Mr. Skolowski was also not wearing a face mask, which is required under mounting yard rules. And that's about it I've got written for that one.
You got to wear a mask while you're mounting. That's just it's just protocol at this point.
That's mounting 101.
So I'm gonna say that Ash didn't catch any of that there. But
No, I was listening. It's all good. He wasn't wearing a mask. He was doing the wrong thing at the Melbourne Cup.
Naughty boy. And the Lamborghinis is the last one. So Lamborghinis were on the move throughout Manhattan on Saturday. More than 50 of the luxury Italian sports cars formed a procession to remind people of Movember, the charity fundraiser that encourages men to grow mustaches this month. Each of the cars had a mustache decal on its hood, did a lap of a popular Manhattan block, and then the drivers ended their drive by parking their supercars in the shape of a mustache.
they can find that much parking space in Manhattan.
The pictures were down near... it was a very open, vacant lot. Like, I think it may have been a supermarket.
In the supermarket.
I wish this guy would just move his Lamborghini. I'm trying to get to the milk and the eggs.
God damn it.
It's bloody mustached fucking Lamborghinis in the way of the cereal. Oh, fuck.
Bit more room here, please.
Oh my god. Sorry, what was number one again? Sorry.
Number one was the Mexico's Day of the Dead celebrations. My theme for this week was events.
Wacko
Things
Jacko.
that happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Wacko Jacko
Ooh.
thinks he knows the answer. I'd like to donate him my guess since I have no idea.
I'm just going to stab again. I'm going to go with number 2. I don't know if it is true, but I just think that probably is something that happened. I'm going to go with number 1 again.
I'm going to go with number two, just purely because it's like, something that could happen. I'm gonna play the double bluff here, boys. I'm gonna, something could very well happen. I haven't been keeping up with the Melbourne Cup at all. I actually forgot to watch it. We got to usually we watch it just on a phone or whatever at work, but this year was like, oh shit, we missed the race. So I haven't been keeping up with it at all. So I'm gonna go number 2 just because it probably did happen. Like I'm not gonna. But something Tom could have been like, yeah, this will fucking trick him because people in Melbourne always bloody muck up when it comes to COVID.
He's pulled the old grandma fell over when actually it was grandpa who fell over. So Jacko says 2. I'm going to go with 2.
Yeah, Wacko Jacko says number 2 as well. So interesting.
So I actually got to go to the pub for the race, which is nice. I've been at work all of a week and a half and already spend the afternoon at the pub instead of at work. So.
Did you boys put any bets on, or?
I went in the office sweep, but I'm not a betting person, so
yeah, same here.
No. I laid no dollars down.
No.
All right, Tom. Well, bloody Ash picked it.
Ash! Honestly, the only reason I decided to go for 1 was because that Mexican name, the guy, just sounded so generic. Mexican name.
The name Rojas actually kind of raised a very small flag for me.
That I picked up
the surname from the protagonist of Far Cry 6, who also has the exact same name as a Ted Lasso character.
Oh, there you go.
No, I picked up Rojas because Megan and I have been watching a TV series, and one of the main characters, that's her last name. So I was like, that'll do.
Nice. We got a
series.
One of us is lying. It's on Stan at the moment. It's about
Never heard of it.
Follows the lives of like 4 high school students that are all played by like 30-something-year-olds. So it's super boring.
As they always are.
Yeah.
It's always weird because it's like, they pick for example, like a nice looking like 25-year-old woman. Like, well, she's really, really quite attractive or whatever. It's like, wait a minute, is she 15 or what's
Yeah.
What are they wanting me to feel here? I don't know.
The thing that gets me is the way that all of the, 13 to 17-year-olds are all built like fucking Greek gods.
Thanks. Yeah.
It's like, what the hell, man? Like, who is self-aware that much in high school that they put that much effort into anything?
I'm the star quarterback. I'm going to go spend 6 hours a day in the gym.
I'm going to go bench press an elephant. Let's go.
I'm going to go tongue wrestle the PSL.
Hey, if I can do it, anyone can.
We should have helped him. He's trying to just help out his mates. We should have really got in there, Ash and Ashley.
Each tongue wrestle a team.
How many people are in a cricket team?
Like
11 on the field. Usually the 12th man is the reserve.
Plus a coach, plus coaching staff, plus admin. Could be looking at like 50 people here.
Gotta work your way through the fucking admin. It's gonna take forever.
Do you get the coffees? All right, you're in. Get on the back of the line.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're just an intern here? Yeah, you're still in this.
Just some guy called Dave that only works Thursdays. You're like, mate, in the line.
If anyone knows how to make making out with a whole cricket team COVID safe, let us know. We'll try and work this out.
Making out through masks.
Yeah.
Just slamming the fabric against each other.
God.
Why slamming, Tom?
This is the first term that came to mind. I don't know.
Is that how you make out? You just like, fuck, smack.
I mean, not me personally.
Tom's face is like a jackhammer. You should see it.
My face is like a punching bag.
He's like he kisses people like a woodpecker.
Woodpeckers are cute, so that's a bit cute of you, Tom.
I mean, I'm down with that. You know, Woody was good for two things: being a toy and being a woodpecker.
Oh God! All right.
God.
All right, Dan. It sounds like you nominated yourself.
It sounds like I have.
Go get it, Lenny. Get it.
Get it, boy.
Story number 1. Undercover Detroit police attempt to arrest each other in embarrassing drug bust.
That is embarrassing. Yeah.
Story number 2. Man asks Italian police to jail him to escape wife at home.
Good strategy. Yeah.
And story number 3. Police attempt drug bust. Get high with the perps instead.
I mean,
Wow.
if it's free.
All right, immediate thoughts before I read onwards.
Yeah.
Well, my immediate thoughts when you said it was definitely number 1, but then you read number 3, and then I was like, well, they are equally as unbelievable as each other.
Dan's theme for this week is busting.
Busting makes me feel good.
I feel like it has to be 1 or 3 because 2 is too believable. If anyone's like, hey, Tony, like I need to get away from the wife.
Oh my God. Well, how about you bust some more information into my ear holes, Dan?
Ooh, the segue.
Oh, that was a very nice segue. A group of undercover Detroit police posing as drug dealers tried to arrest another group of undercover police posing as drug buyers in a mishap that resulted in a brawl between more than 24 armed officers.
Oh my God.
What? Oh, wait, does that make it D12?
That's such an old reference.
Oh, God.
Therefore, making you the real loser here.
Yep. I'm not denying that.
This line applies to both the story and what Tom just said. This is probably one of the most embarrassing things I've seen in this department, Detroit Police Chief James Craig said on Monday.
Were they buying purple pills?
The incident occurred on November 9 when 2 buyers from Detroit's 12th precinct were posing as drug dealers in order to arrest buyers. 2 buyers did arrive to the drug house, but they are undercover police officers from Detroit's 11th district. The officers did not know each other. More officers from the 11th district arrived to serve a search warrant, and that's when it started to go terribly wrong. Body camera footage obtained by WXYZ TV shows the 2 groups of police officers yelling, shoving, and throwing punches at each other. They appeared to be like Keystone Cops, Craig said, referring to the fictional police officers that appeared in silent films. Craig said an internal investigation had been launched to understand how the 2 precincts had come to a potentially fatal mistake. A resident of the neighborhood where the police brawl occurred had a suggestion for how police can prevent further incidents like this one. You've got to have more communication, he said. Story number 2. For some people, going to prison can feel like escaping to freedom. For someone else, it can feel like not that. A man under house arrest in Italy showed up at a police barracks asking to be put behind bars because life with his wife at home was unbearable, the police said on Sunday. The 30-year-old Albanian citizen living in Guidona Monticello outside Rome was longer able to cope with forced cohabitation with his wife. Carabinieri police from nearby Tivoli said in a statement. Exasperated by the situation, he preferred to escape, spontaneously presenting himself to the police to ask for his sentence behind bars, they wrote. The man had been under house arrest for drug crimes for several months and had a few years left to serve, Captain Francesco Giacomo Ferranti of the Tivoli police told our reporters. He lived at home with his wife and family. It wasn't going well anymore, Captain Ferranti said. He said, listen, my domestic life has become hell. I can't do it anymore. I want to go to jail. The man was promptly arrested for violating his house arrest, and judicial authorities ordered his transfer to prison. So he got a happy ending after all.
Well done. Oh, that's just
That's real. I'm putting it out there. That is real.
Tom's like, fuck, I can relate, he says.
I can't relate because I've been under house arrest. But That's real.
Not with Megan though.
Nah, she's a gem. An
No,
angel.
Megan's the one that's under house arrest.
Exactly. She's quite often tried to go and get put into jail to get away from me.
And story number 3. A Colorado drug raid ended a different way last week, as police who were on the lookout for a cocaine trafficker ended up smoking marijuana with the occupants of the raided address. Police raided the Mile High dispensary near Lakewood in Denver, expecting to find a shipment of smuggled cocaine and other contraband drugs. Instead, they found some very bewildered shopkeepers and a case of the munchies. The officers were tipped off anonymously that Mile High Dispensary was selling recreational drugs outside the bounds of the law, said a police spokesperson. This turned out not to be the case. After a thorough search, officers White and Fring discovered no illegal contraband at the location. The two officers then finished their shift and they decided to support the local business they had just raided. Mile High Dispensary owner Jesse Poole posted a photo with the two policemen on his social media of the three of them partaking in some of his product. These boys in blue came back to my store to help make amends for a bus gone wrong, said Mr. Poole in a Facebook comment. Only the finest police-approved product at Mile High. A police spokesperson said that the two officers had finished their shift and were actually taking leave for the next week, leaving them free to enjoy any legal activities they wanted, providing it doesn't impair their abilities as police officers.
Right. What are your thoughts, guys?
Well, I don't know. Like, I believe number one. Just waiting for Dan's facial response there. Nothing.
He's playing poker face.
My poker face. My. Number two, I can believe, but it's also a good story to make up. Yeah. It's a good story to make up because I think
it's an excellent story, and because of all the Tivoli, it tells it so much more.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, I'll do this story, and tell you what, like, we got two boys here with, some long-term partners. It's like they'll be like, oh fuck, we can relate." So it's like, oh, I got two of them. I got two of the boys at least, and Ash. Buddy. I'm sure he's had some fucking experiences where he would rather
walk in.
Yeah, you're trying to get away from myself.
Well, you get to jail, and you're just like, wait a minute, I'm still with myself. I just don't have my computer anymore
during quarantine.
So there's that. Then in story number 3, look, cops come in all shapes and sizes. There's good ones, and then there's ones that just like to indulge in the shit that they take off of people. So that could be a furphy. That could be true as well. But yeah, as we can tell, I got no fucking idea. Well done, Dan. I might go number 2. I'll go number 2.
Ooh. I'm sticking with number 1.
Yeah, I'm also going number 1.
Oh, boys, if you both get it right, you're gonna make me feel so bad.
I think Eminem has steered us to the furphy this week.
I also did notice, I don't know if this is something that he either read the date wrong or it happened last year, but he said it happened on the 9th of November. So it either happened 363 days ago or it happened 2 days in the future.
I could have a working time machine.
Oh, boys, you make me feel real silly now.
I mean, we could still be wrong, but...
Oh, I don't know if you are. Look, fuck. All right, Dan, what we got, mate?
You're all wrong. It's story number 3.
Oh, thank God.
That is good.
Yeah, you did. Well done.
I was actually kind of worried going into this one this week because I thought story number 3 sounded very fake with attempts drug bust, get high instead.
I mean, I
thought not really. 3,
I thought number 3 initially, just because I'm pretty sure that you're not allowed, like, police aren't allowed in the public eye doing things like that. I think it could be seen as, shit like that. Like, you're not, like, I don't know if it could be... It might be different in Australia, but I know that police here aren't like, they're not allowed to DJ and things like that because it's seen as like a party mentality and stuff. Like, I know people that
with your duff music.
Yeah, you bloody DJing over there, Senior Constable Mike. Are you mixing Taylor Swift and Deadmau5 together? No.
I don't think anybody's ever mixed Taylor Swift and Deadmau5 together.
Yeah, because Senior Constable Mike isn't allowed to show his craft out in public. That's why.
It's a strictly police-only pastime. That's why I've never seen it.
I knew I was trouble when I walked in. Anyway.
All
Well
right.
done, Dan. That was solid.
Well done, Dan. You got us all. That's a clean Furph.
Very clean Furph.
Ah, you see? Now that's a frothy Furph.
That's a frothy. We should have known he was going to trick us all because he just fucked up his head on his paw at the start of the show. That was a red herring to a bloody frothy Furph.
Oh, you see, now that's a frothy beer.
All right. You guys ready for one more round?
No.
Yeah, Rash. Yeah, give Tom
All
a bit.
I'll come back to you, Tom.
Thanks.
All right. Headline number 1. Macca's workers quit US restaurant with brutal note. Headline number 2. Broken toilet means SpaceX crew is stuck using diapers.
Ooh.
And headline number 3. Schenectady man arrested for saving unarmed woman from indecent assault.
All right.
Is that a place? Schenectady? What was that?
Yeah, I think I said that right. Schenectady? Yeah.
Lego Connect?
Yeah, Schenectady.
Where's Schenectady?
Maybe it's Schenectady.
Schenectady.
Dan would know.
It's
Dan is a
in New
living man.
York.
Okay. Sounds like a Connect set.
He's actually one of the blue Bionicles.
Oh, that's my favorite Bionicle. I was looking for that one. I'll trade you a Schenectady for a red Tarzo.
I like the green one that goes into like a ball myself, but anyway.
All right. I'll give you I'll give you a bit more info. All right, story number 1. In a video that's been viewed 13.9 million times on TikTok, the user shared how the branch's staff, this is for the Macca's one, all walked out unexpectedly in the middle of their shift. Zoe shared a note which read, "Everyone quit, we are closed." I've seen a picture of it. The note was just stuck to the door. Story number 2. The astronauts who would depart the International Space Station as early as this weekend will be stuck using diapers on their way home because of their capsule's broken toilet. NASA astronaut Megan MacArthur described the situation Friday as suboptimal but manageable.
Suboptimal is right.
What? So what I don't get about that? Say you don't have a toilet. If you just pee or poo, it's just going to be where it is. It's going to be gross. It's going to smell. But in the diaper, it's going to smell still. What do you do once you got to take the diaper off? It's just going to be a floating diaper. You know, I don't know if it helps that much necessarily.
Well, I'm sure that they would have like some sort of, because there has to be a backup plan for if the toilet fails. So I'm sure that includes what to do with their diapers when they remove them.
They jettison them into the sun.
Yeah, I was about to say they're just like flump out into the sun.
They've just effectively created fecal landmines that you can bump into at any moment. And they're like 3-dimensional. You don't have to bury these bad boys. They're just there.
And you can just tongue wrestle them if you want.
I just want to see Jeff Bezos, his next trip into space. He's like live streaming it, and it's just like a fucking smack. This shitty diaper just hits his front window shield of his spaceship.
Just tries to wash it off with like windscreen wipers and just smears it in further.
It was just like the shit would just freeze onto the window.
That's where we got the idea for New World.
Just shit on the windshield. All right, story number 3. I've got a little bit more written down for this one because it took a little more explaining. 37-year-old Michael Carpenter was walking home from Centre Street pub in Schenectady, when he heard cries from an alley where 26-year-old Rosie Donnelly was being assaulted. Mr. Carpenter then intervened, pulling the alleged assailant from Ms. Donnelly, but when police arrived, they misread the situation and mistakenly initially arrested Mr. Carpenter instead. The assailant attempted to flee on foot during the confusion, but was later apprehended and is now in custody.
All right. So Ash, what's the theme this week? What's the?
There is no theme.
Oh, come on, Ash, you need a bit of a boys.
Chaos
What
theme.
theme does Ash have this week? So
All right, hold on. I'll try to make a theme for these.
he's got Macca's. He's got
They're all
space-
shit.
Yeah, Macca's. It's shit food.
SpaceX is
Astronauts.
literal shit.
Yeah, actual shit for SpaceX. And
And,
then for the man being arrested, it's just a shit situation.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Shit.
All right. So story number one,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say is real because that's vague enough to have happened probably hundreds of times a day in America.
All right, let's
want
put
that.
some doubt in your head, Dan. You know, Ash might be planning that, putting that in your
you
McDonald's.
guys-
Everyone hates McDonald's, aren't they? Bad to their workers. Oh, wouldn't I just like to put in this Furphy? That'll fuck Dan.
You guys have seen the subreddit anti-work. I think the top posts of that are just basically repetitions of that exact situation.
I have not
fairly
seen that
certain-
subreddit.
I'm fairly certain if it is real, the TikTok in question would have been like, oh no, oh no.
No, it would be like one of those.
Oh my God.
It'd be one of those things. I find this music incredibly catchy, and it really annoys me. But I find it. But you know those TikToks would go like, there's like the person just standing and doing the thing with their hands like boom, doom, 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 and just comes up with the text like
Yeah.
what they're saying. I'm like, oh, I hate, but I find this so catchy. But I imagine it's just some McDonald's worker just doing that, and they just rip off all their clothes and walk out the door.
All their clothes, you say.
No, they have a little McDonald's.
like tearaway Macca's
Apron.
uniform.
Yeah, they got like little McDonald's jocks on still, but they don't take that off.
Tom's just waiting out the front, ready to tongue wrestle them all when they get out.
Tongue wrestling, Tom.
The tongue suplex. That's my signature move.
So I haven't heard much about McDonald's in the last 2 weeks, but I do recall something quickly on Twitter involving McDonald's workers. I don't know if it's exactly that, but there was something about them being paid poorly and stuff like that. I didn't look too much into it. I didn't really care, to be honest. But I do remember that. So I don't know if that's got anything to do with a real life thing Ash is talking about, or if he's mixed it up. I got no idea. So I might stay away from number one just for that reason. Number three, I've kind of forgotten actually, just because I'm thinking about the shit,
Number
the shitty diapers. But
Number
Rosie
three
O'Donnell.
was the Bionicles.
oh, the bionic, yeah.
Where's Lego Connectedy?
Yeah, and I don't know about you guys, but having story number three with like such longer explanation, does that do much for you guys? Do you guys think about that much, or
I think he pointed it out in nerves to be like, oh, this is, a little bit more, but it was perfectly fine. It was the same length.
oh, boys?
No, it was
so-
definitely longer than the first one. The first one was incredibly brief.
Mm. And does brief mean just a nice to the point news website, or does that mean Ash on his computer typing away, and then he breaks a pinky and he can't type anymore, so he just left
Well,
it
I
there?
actually typed these ones out on my phone, so
Oh,
To be
well, he's
fair,
But can you
Ash,
confirm that you
show
got
us your
all
thumbs.
fingers?
How are your thumbs going? Oh no, they're all right, boys. So
Can't see those pinkies though.
no, well, he doesn't use
Shuckers,
his phone. He's not a psychopath. Jesus Christ, Dan.
yeah, I'm typing like full crab claw on my phone.
To be fair, I thought that the brief one was more to do with the underwear that the space workers were using.
But they prefer boxes.
Yeah, we never heard
breathe
if
more.
they have briefs or boxes or what they're working with. Like, do they just take the jocks off and put the diaper on? Do they just embrace the diaper? Or
Commando.
Yeah.
Just free pooping.
In the last couple of years, I haven't worn a diaper, so I'm actually not that sure. But
It's been a while.
You're about to have a lot of experience with them, though.
yes,
Have you practiced yet, Drew?
not yet. I started doing maternity classes last week, so hopefully that's
spicy.
in there somewhere.
Anyways, I'm going to lock in number three.
Number three. All right.
Doesn't trust the Lego.
I think I've done story number two every time, I think. And my Furphy was number two as well. So I'm going number two purely just to
To round it out.
Come on, lucky number two. You'll get there eventually. You won't fail me. Which
I'm going with number one. We have to get him.
Okay.
Ooh. Well, I can confirm that number three was the Furphy.
Well done.
Ooh, don't trust the Lego set.
So that I can't even remember what the fucking that town's name or suburb's name was. But
Lego
Schenectady.
Connexity.
did you get that from Google or make that up or like?
So I know that place exists because I was watching Archer the other day and they talk about it on there.
And were you pretending not knowing how to pronounce it? Or
Yes, I was. It's
you
definitely Schenectady.
fucking dog, you dog, Ash. So how
Hey,
do
you gotta have some form of plan going into this.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I do appreciate that.
Like the old, just leave a comment if you don't like being tracked.
Hey, look, I posted it on my blog as well. So.
Leave a comment.
really?
Don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe.
Yeah,
Ring the bells
please.
for notifications.
Oh, please subscribe. Oh,
Oh, all right, Watch Mojo.
my self-worth is just all about my number of subscribers.
That's fair.
And that brings us to the end of our Furphys this week's boys. I think we had some great rounds. I think all of us had some great rounds. We had a lot of fun.
Not bad.
It was
Not
good
bad
fun.
at all.
It always is. I always have a great time doing this with you guys.
Yes.
Mondays is a good day.
And Dan is the overall winner if we have winners. No one got his, so congratulations to Dan. He got the big frothy head on his Furphy there. So well done for that.
And also, I got everyone with my story. I also got the frothy head, though.
Yeah, that's true.
With a very atrocious paw.
I was
All
going
right,
to say
well,
you
Dan is
have.
the reigning champion from this week. That's for sure.
Well done.
That's for sure.
I was going to say Dan has the hairiest head, but I don't know. I might have the hairiest head. I got.
Oh, nah, I think it's me at the moment. I need a haircut.
Yeah, I just
I'm
had
wearing
a
a cap, so I can't show you. But
I have the longest, hairiest head.
Did you have the longest head or the longest hair on the head?
Longest
One
hair
on
on
both.
the head.
viewers, what do you think?
Leave in the comments
Jacko.
below.
Viewers of this audio medium.
Wacko Jacko's pulled the ruler up beside everyone's face, trying to scale it up properly.
That's why I'm so far back, so you can't measure my head.
Maybe they could measure my double chins.
Oh my god.
just weigh them. Put this little kitchen scales and flap your chin onto the scale.
Do the skin fold test, but just particularly on your chin.
You CMI, your chin mass index.
All right, guys. Anything else we'd like to say before we head on out?
No, I don't have anything to add.
Stay safe and be kind to one another. Oh, it's Maddie's husband.
It is.
There he is.
But where's the doggo?
That's Dion.
She's
the
around.
man.
I don't know where. She's around somewhere.
She's being walked.
I did that just before we did this.
She's being walked again.
Double walk.
The best day ever in the life of a dog.
She's Christopher Walken.
All right, boys. I'll
I
catch
would
you
phase
next
this
week.
out too.
Here's another song for Crackin' Furphys. Everybody loves to jump through the bush and eat a duck.
I sung last week. I ain't fucking singing again. One of you guys can do
Wacko
it.
Jacko in the chat and Megan as well.
Oh, cocksucker.
And then we had a bloody story about a bunch of Lego, and a lady didn't have an arm, didn't go so well.
Man in the Amazon chasing pink dolphins. Police trying to fight each other.
Mark Zuckerberg can't get the name Meta. Better get his money out and drop it on a house. Wouldn't that be fucking grouse? Everybody get your AirTags out unless you want to get tracked, you fuckwits.
Just really tell him how you feel.
All right, see you guys.
I hope those songs become a part of your like paid Patreon. You just cut it before the song. Every week you get a new song, new lyrics.
Yeah, $5 a month and you get a personalized song.
You get a phone ringtone.